Dear students, today I am going to discuss on the topic of differential axle and wheel. What is differential axle and wheel? From the name, it is obviously clear that there will be use of two axles with the different magnitude of the diameters, and also at the other end a larger wheel or the effort wheel will come into play, and also the configuration and the working principle of the machine, the simple machine, actually derives from the working principle of the simple wheel and axle. It is a further modification and improvement over the simple axle and wheel. In the later slide, I'll show you that the consisting parts of the differential axle and wheel. It consists of a load axle made of bigger axle of diameter D1 and the smaller axle with the diameter D2, which are rigidly connected to each other, and an effort wheel of diameter D at the other end. These are the consisting elements. You can see this is a shaft, and also it is a shaft, shaft, smaller axle, bigger axle, effort wheel, all are the coaxial. The center line of the all the elements are the same, and this portion is a shaft which is situated inside the roller bearing. Inside here, some arrangement of the roller bearings are there, because here the rotation of the wheel will come into play, and during the rotation of the wheel such that the shaft can rotate freely and the friction is less. For that case, the arrangements have been done. The shaft rotates inside the bearing with respect to the contact with the ball bearing or roller bearing. And this is the effort wheel, larger wheel. Its diameter is a capital D, it is denoted, and it is a bigger axle with the diameter D1, small d1, and the smaller axle diameter small d2. Due to these differences in the diameter of the bigger axle and smaller axle, that is d1 minus d2, the difference comes in due to this region. The name of this lifting machine or simple lifting machine is called the differential axle and wheel, due to the difference of the diameters of the axle. And also in this machine, the mechanical advantage is also higher, and due to this region, the work or the load can be lifted very easily with the help of the input of the lesser amount of effort. And you can see the P is the pulling force, it is acting downwards. Whenever this acting downwards, the effort wheel will get to start rotate, and before that the arrangement is done. This is a string. The string is wound around the pulley in such a way that if it is viewed from the front, then this wound on the smaller axle of the string would be the similar one than that of the effort wheel. If it is viewed from the front, then in front of the effort wheel, then it will be also in front of the smaller wheel. And this wheel and this string, the same string, this string is wound around the bigger axle in such a way that will the reverse of the string wound around the effort wheel and the smaller axle. Whenever the P is downwards, the effort wheel rotates, and due to the rotation, the weight or the load will be getting lifted upwards. Whenever during the rotation of the effort wheel from the smaller axle, this string is unwound and this load will go upwards and the string will be wound around the bigger axle. This is the mechanism of this machine. If the effort P is downwards, then effort wheel will rotate, and how much distance is traveled by the effort arm, that is effort, because for calculating the velocity ratio we need the distance moved by the effort and also the distance moved by the load. Due to this pulling action to the downwards, that during the one complete revolution of the effort wheel, the distance traveled by the effort will be equal to the pi into capital D, because during the full complete rotation or revolution, the circumference will be covered is equal to the pi into capital D, and as well as this element bigger axle will be equal to the pi into capital D1 and this one pi into capital D2, and this will come into play for the calculation of the velocity ratio. This is the example: larger wheel, the load is here, and during the application or increase of the load or increase of the effort, whenever the effort is slightly increased, the weight or load to be lifted upwards. I've already told this matter. When effort wheel complete one complete revolution, the differential axle also completes one revolution. Distance traveled by the effort pi d, I've already told. The length of the string wound over the bigger axle pi into d1, and the length of the string unwound over the smaller axle pi into d2. Hence, the total winding over the bigger axle is equal to pi into small d1 minus pi into small d2. The load W is lifted through half of the total winding because snatch block with a movable pulley supports the load. Distance traveled by the load then will be the half of the total winding. We have already calculated this one, total winding. Then it is the average half into pi into d1 minus d2. This is the distance traveled by the load, and the velocity ratio is the distance traveled by the effort, the ratio of the distance traveled by the effort to the distance traveled by the load. It's called the velocity ratio. Then we have already found this distance traveled by the effort is pi into d, and the new distance traveled by the load is pi by 2. From here, pi by 2 into d1 minus d2. Then this will come as 2d by small d1 minus d2, where small d1 is the diameter of the bigger axle and small d2 is the diameter of smaller axle. If you take an example of a problem, here effort wheel 400 millimeter, radii are given, and also additional is given that rope diameter is 10 millimeter. So we have to add this phenomenon. All data are given: diameter of the rope, effort P, then the effective diameter of the foot wheel will be 400 plus 10, because the 10 is the diameter of the roof. Effective diameter of the axles will be small d1. Small d1 means this one. This diameter plus rope diameter is equal to 310 millimeter. Like this way, we can find, and by putting up all the relevant values, we can find the MA, mechanical advantage. By what is mechanical advantage? It is a ratio of weight or load to the effort applied. Then we need to calculate the effort, or what we can see in the later one, the efficiency. Efficiency are given 84, that means 0.84, and MA is W by P, and P is given effort 25, and here also we have calculated, and by putting on the values, the weight to be lifted up can be found. Thank you.